Friday of each month for our Copenhagen event, which would be fantastic if we get a group out there, but it's there anyway. Couple of other wee things. If you are on LinkedIn, again this is for people who maybe haven't heard me say this before, if you are on LinkedIn, please connect with as many others as you can, but also go and look for the Let's Network Scotland LinkedIn group, because you can connect on that group and there are upwards of 900 people that you can keep connected with if you want to. You can post discussions and anything like that on the group. So lots and lots happening on the various Let's Network platforms. We are around on Facebook, on Twitter, on LinkedIn, on YouTube and Instagram. So there's plenty of places. There'll be loads of photos up there. Sometimes we don't have Mark Ferguson here today, but sometimes Mark's here and does some professional photos. Today you'll just have mine. And anybody else who takes them, all right? Anybody else feel free to take some photos. Colin, thank you. Now, just before I introduce our little presentation slot this morning, I want to just explain how this works and what we offer as part of Let's Network if you would like to participate. When you go to a lot of networking events, you might well see presentations done on business, and on people telling you about their business and this and that. The next thing, we thought we would do a little different slant on that. And in about the last 18 months, we've introduced a slot. We call it the 2020 Lessons from Let's Network slot, something like that, loosely. And the idea is that if you put together a PowerPoint presentation of up to 20 slides, and each slide will last no more than 20 seconds, and once the presentation starts, it will not stop, you can come up and do a presentation. The deal is, you cannot speak about your business. You can speak about anything you want, a passion you have, something that excites you, gets you going, that we can broadcast. And before anybody's mind starts thinking. And then it will be broadcast, it will be put on video, we will share it, and it will go out on all the social media platforms, and the person or persons who do these presentations will get the benefit of them. Now we have the people in this room, Jan, Nick, and others, I'm sure, can't quite see, who've done these presentations before, and fantastic they've been too. This morning, I'm going to introduce you, some of you will know Cat Cripps. Cat has kindly said, persuaded, asked, whatever you want, that she would come along and do a presentation this morning. I've seen it already, and it looks wonderful, so don't all dash off at once. It'll be excellent. Now, the difference with this one, folks, is that Cat has kindly agreed that this will not only be put on video, this is going to go out live on Facebook and on Twitter as it's being done. So, if you don't catch it all just now, or if you want to tell people how good it was, then you can go out and see it again on social media. Okay? So just in case we turn the camera around, if anybody doesn't want to be on film, stand at the back, or leave now. Kat, I'll just let you introduce yourself. And,
thank you.
I will get you off and going. So,
Lovely, thank you very much.
Second.
Good morning, everybody. I'm not quite sure what I've let myself in for here, and actually 20 seconds a slide is quite a lot of pressure. Just a quick bit about me. Cat Cripps from Wildcat Solutions, business consultancy, all that kind of thing. But about 4 years ago, I started a journey. We all like a journey, don't we? And I became a volunteer, and as you can see, I have done it more than once. So just after the Rio Olympics in London, they started the publicity to attract volunteers for Glasgow 2014. And if you can see at the bottom there was 50,000 people applied to be volunteers at Glasgow 2014. Which just blew them away, and because people had seen what a great time the games makers had had in London. So I was one of 25,000 that was selected for interview, which was terrifying because I've run my own business for a while and I haven't been to an interview for a very long time. I'd put myself forward for something called results technology because I thought it kind of related to what I did in my day job, and for that I was successful. So rather than being a foam finger person, I was actually offered the role of scoreboard operator at Scotstoun for the table tennis. That actually turned out to be scoring. So the scores that appeared in the venue, on your TV screen, on the internet in real time, that was us. There was a team of us doing that. That's me after my first shift. If you remember, the weather was absolutely glorious, and we were having a ball. Everything that I don't know if anybody else was a Clydesider. we really genuinely had an absolute ball. It was one of the best 10 days of my life ever, absolutely. So as I say, we did scoring. We did a gold medal match, my partner and I. I got myself on the telly a couple of times scoring. The gold medal match was between two English in the mixed doubles, two English couples, and the bronze medal match was also won by an English couple, so they had a bit of a whitewash that day. And that's just after the medal ceremony, so I got to be part of that as well. I have made some amazing friends from Glasgow 2014. That's some of the scorers. We still meet, some of us. We're all friends on Facebook. We go away for weekends, we have lunches. It was just the most amazing experience. In terms of what it does for me, it was being part of a team. I work on my own, and I can become a temporary team member with some people's businesses, but this was really about being a team member. So what have I done since then? So swimming, Paralympic, IPC swimming. This was all about qualification for Rio last year at Tollcross in Glasgow. Glasgow's attracted some really, really high-profile events as a part of this. I was still in results technology, but this time it was photocopying and running around the building. You would actually be scared about how much paper is still actually used, because paper doesn't fail. That's the point. If you've got a piece of paper and you're standing in front of a camera, it won't fail. Your iPad can fail, as happened to Claire Balding in one event. A year ago, I did the gymnastics at the Hydro. I changed roles. This time I was in guest services, which sounds a bit dodgy. And that was all about helping the VIPs who had been invited to the event and getting them up to the VIP suites at the Hydro, and making sure that they had a fantastic time. If you get the chance to enjoy hospitality at the Hydro, then do it. I haven't actually enjoyed the hospitality, but it looked fantastic. And again, this is qualification for Rio. So we had everybody there. We had Max Whitlock winning. We had all sorts of, everybody was there. The Japanese guy whose name I've forgotten, Uchimura, that's it. Simone Biles, unbelievable. I got to do press as well and media. So that was the press conference the night the boys won the silver medal in the team event. And Lewis Smith is talking there. He's not quite flavour of the moment, back then he was. My personal favourite is Bryn in the middle there, gorgeous wee guy. They're all really tiny. And the girls, absolutely minuscule. They really are, they're about that high. Since then I've done SRU Blue Crew. Anybody go to the Autumn Internationals? I'll be there with a selfie frame painting your face. So come up and say hi. Lady on the left there is a really good friend through volunteering. We get to watch the match. I mean, I won't deny it. Sometimes there are some really good perks. We get given a match ticket for the Calcutta Cup. Fantastic. We don't get to see the beginning and end of every half because we have to be out helping spectators. But, other than that, we're there, we're enjoying it, and we're part of the event, which is absolutely fantastic. So I'm hoping the weather's not going to be too bad, because otherwise we could be standing out in the rain. More swimming. The last qualification event for the Paralympics. That was at Tollcross. I did a bit of everything there. I did spectator services, I did access control, I did all sorts of things. It's now about actually increasing my volunteering CV. And now, when you apply to be a volunteer, we've all got all this experience. Tour of Britain last month, started in Glasgow and went to London, took a week to get to London. So we were there to help they weren't chief arrests, it's another company, stewards. We were there to help the spectators find their way around the route, get across roads and all the rest of it. So they didn't get run down by these guys. They looked static, they were not static. They were going at a hell of a lick along George Street. That was their second time round and they were really just getting up to speed. Just fantastic to be part of all these events, absolutely brilliant. Throughout all of this, after the Commonwealth Games, I got involved with the Stirling Highland Games, which is a more local event, obviously. And through that, I'm now a board member of Forth Valley Social Enterprise, which is another volunteering opportunity. Stirling Highland Games generates revenue, which goes into Forth Valley Social Enterprises, which then provides training courses for young people. So I feel very passionate about it. There's the games last year. They weren't quite as sunny this year. Graham was there this year. But a good time was still had by all. And one of the benefits of going out and volunteering myself and making all these friends is that I can then ask those volunteers to come to Stirling to help with the Stirling Highland Games, and they have an amazing skill set. Note the date, please. Shameless plug. They have an amazing skill set. They know events, they know volunteering. You point them at something, and off they go and get it done, which is just truly amazing. So if any of you are needing volunteers for events, then there's a Facebook group. If you're an event organiser, I can ask for you to get added to the VAMOS group, and that has about 1,000 qualified, experienced volunteers ready for action. It's been an amazing, these are just some of the events I've done. I also do much more smaller local events. I did a dog walk at Stirling Cricket Club. I'm doing an RNIB event here next week, helping blind people get to and from a conference. It's not all about the high glamour events, it's about giving something back, which is I guess what I've got out of it as well. I've run out of time and I've run out of slides.
Yeah.
So, would anybody like to?
Questions? If not now, when you're networking just after this, but has anybody got any quick questions? Nick?
Kat, that was fantastic and really inspiring. And I've done a little bit of volunteering. I hope other people maybe are inspired to do some as well. Is there a big event that you would really like to volunteer at? Is this one
Well, I
on the
wanted
horizon?
to do the Davis Cup, but everybody wants to do the Davis Cup. No, I mean, actually, they're all really great fun to do, and it doesn't have to be a sport that you're particularly interested in either. And in fact, sometimes, you know, I'm doing badminton. I do quite like badminton as I have. I'm doing badminton next month, and then the Worlds are coming to Glasgow next year. So there's not really anything I've particularly had my eye on. I've got to do most of the things that I've wanted to do, to be perfectly honest. So no, there's nothing at the moment on my horizon.
Well done.
Our feet help you, don't they?
Yeah.
That's all right. Any up, you didn't have asked.
Funny
That's gone.
that, yes. There's a lot of people want to help.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
I have a spare. We get given all these clothes. I've got a spare, and we get
Make sure he's in the camera.
given all these mascots as well, and badges and pins. You'll see there some of the badges and pins that I got from all these different events. I have a T-shirt there. It's a kind of medium size. Now, how many Clydesiders were there? So we started off with 50,000. Anybody know how many that we actually ended up having? Anybody shout out?
Give us a number.
Closest will win.
122,000.
It's somewhere between those two numbers.
Right.
24.
94.
We started off with 50,000 applicants. How many did we have? 25,000 were interviewed. How many were successful?
10,000. 86,000.
It was on the slides, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't actually.
No,
No, I just thought you might know. You're closer. It was actually 15,000. There were 15,000 Clydesiders.
Who was closest?
All events. I got it.
Thank you very much.
There we are.
Thank you very much for your
Yeah.
attention.
Thank you again, folks.
And I'll talk to anybody about that or about anything else they want to talk to.
Yeah, no, absolutely. That's the whole idea. So you've seen the sort of thing. This will go up on social media. There's